Gentlemen, I ask a question to start off this podcast.
What about the ladies?
They ain't got one of these.
Oh
Was Yo Bussy SummerSlam?
Oh, Jesus.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're Bussy with SummerSlam, you're in the right place. This is the No Pyro podcast. My name is Totalback, aka TBD Back, aka Six Flair, in the building with me. Very eventful weekend. We're gonna get right into it. Joining me as always, my man Swervy Lee, aka one SVS Swerve, aka Swervy Atmos, aka Yoko Tuna, FKA. My man Max stayed up for the entire SummerSlam pay-per-view. How you doing, big dog?
You know what? You're right. I gotta applaud you. Even though you cheated a little bit, I ain't gonna talk about that. I'm gonna let you have it
You
because you
talk,
can't.
you talking about my man who rap on the West Coast, my man Sugar Free.
I ain't gonna bring it up. I'm gonna just say he came prepared this time.
Yeah, I mean, hey man,
Made it through all four. What was it? 4.5 that we did. 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours.
Had a little bit of the pre-show. So yeah, I'm proud of you, man. You know what though? I think it's because there was no Undertaker there, so you couldn't, fall asleep.
Yeah, the entrance was mad long as is. Imagine if he was there, it would have been like 3 times the length. But yeah, man, I came to the gunfight with a knife. Also in the building is our guy No Chill Drew, aka EGB, aka Dollarita Drew, aka the Applebee's Don, aka
Yeah.
oh my god.
So here's the thing. I would have probably had a can if I didn't get a text literally like
Here
3
we
minutes
go.
ago.
Do you get pleasure out of throwing your teammates here under the bus on air?
I'm gonna go for the biggest pause ever right here, but it gives me the biggest fucking hard on in the world.
Well, you know you about to pause.
Yeah.
The pause can't save you.
Just like when you tell somebody to felch out their bussy.
Somebody was there. I don't listen. Some of the signs, let's talk about that real quick. I don't know how the hell they got in Allegiant Stadium with some of these signs. That was one, SummerSlam this Bussy. I can't believe that got there. Randy, will you wrestle naked? It was another one that I saw. I don't know.
Gold
They
Dust raped my dad.
they confiscated a Bray sign though, right?
Don't you dare talk about recently released wrestlers. A Bussy, go for it. Put that motherfucker on the hard cam. But if you have a Bray Wyatt sign in section 308, we're coming for that ass.
I think I did see it on the telecast though, the Bray Wyatt sign. I definitely think I did.
Do you think
But
that
then it
these
was
are?
gone.
I haven't been to a show in a while myself. But do you think these are like random spot check they do the signs, or if you come in bragging about it, they just take it from How do you think that happens?
I think it's security. I think it's security looking around, being told specifically, hey, this is what you're looking for. Because the security's not WWE security. It's mostly state arena security. So they're being told by the organizers, by WWE, look, here's what we're looking for. If you see a T-shirt or a sign that says, this list, get rid of it. Obviously, Bussy was not on this list. But I can almost guarantee you, starting Monday Night Raw this past week, Bussy was on the list.
Oh,
maybe they thought it had something to do with like the Bollywood boys, and they let that slide.
Bobby Bussy Lashley.
You know who is definitely, if they haven't already, going to make that into a part of their one of their I want to call it a gimmick so bad. One of their promos, New Day. I can definitely hear Xavier, or I can definitely hear Kofi and SummerSlam. My SummerSlam or my Bussy with SummerSlam, I can hear him talk. I can hear him saying that. And Vince still not knowing what the hell that is.
Did you guys see Renee Young on Twitter?
No, what did she say?
She's like, what does Bussy mean? I guess I should look it up. Literally 3 minutes later. Oh.
Very risque for that fan to come in here with that. I was looking and I said, wait a minute, I think, does that say what I think it says? And I looked at Swerve, I said, somebody was coming out. I'm like, they'll show it again because it's literally at the hard cam. And I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
How did that get past security?
It was almost front and center.
Live shows are back, baby.
I mean, I was joking with you guys in our chat, like, they're going to start getting non-PG again. I mean, this is like far left PG, but they're trying.
Well, when you say they, you talking about, you know, WWE or the fans? Because that's the fans doing right there.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to allow it. You're telling me there's not one person in the truck going, what does SummerSlam this Bussy mean? And them not saying, oh, crap, take that off of there or get that out of here?
They probably thought it meant like bus, and it's just somebody like, oh, it's slang for bus.
Oh, maybe.
For everyone, the truck is like 50 plus.
Yeah. But hey, if you're a fan and you can use your creative license to get in with a sign like that, I encourage it 10 times out of 10. I love it. There was I mean, we normally talk about jobber entrances on this show. There was somebody who debuted on Friday. Their name is escaping me. I know the show was in Chicago, and I know they're from Chicago, but I mean, I'm gonna need some help here.
Are you ribbing
They
me?
debuted, huh?
Are you ribbing me right now with a job entrance?
Was it Kanye West?
No, he is from Chicago. No, he doesn't look like Kanye West. It wasn't Vince Vaughn. He's from Chicago. He's no.
Wasn't Common.
Drew. Common? No, no. Wasn't Common. Wasn't Common. Wasn't Consequence.
Mm.
Is he an MMA fighter?
He was, and he wasn't
Barely.
a good one.
You need an MMA punching bag.
Ladies and gentlemen, secret is out of the bag. Phil CM Punk Brooks is officially all elite.
That's right.
Drew,
Chick Magnet is elite.
Drew, did you pop? And if so, how hard?
So, okay.
And how long
So
did it
let
take
me
you to
run
clean
this
up?
down. So I'm like, okay.
wait. Answer the important question first. What did you say, Swerve?
I said, how long did it take you to clean up?
12 minutes. It was a Road Warriors pop.
Oh my God.
So I'm sitting there, and as the show's about to start, I look over at my girlfriend. I'm like, you know, there's a real chance that they are fucking with us, and that he's nowhere near this fucking arena, because he is the type to troll just to troll. We've seen it before. We've seen it plenty of times. And this company is the type that'll be like, oh, we have a special announcement for you. We have a special debut. And then fucking Luna Vachon or Gangrel will show up. So I'm like, okay, let's brace ourselves. You know, the intro goes off, and that crowd is chanting his name so fucking loud. And I have a moment where I think to myself, this is going to get real fucking ugly, real fucking fast if he's not here. And they fucking blow their wad like right away.
They almost didn't have a choice but to show him first.
And it goes to kind of show that they let him just go when you look at the match times of the matches that night.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they let him go. Did you guys watch?
How?
Or did I just hear about it.
I did. How happy were you that he was first?
You know, part of me was thinking you should have saved it. You should have had him come out last so that you make the people watch the whole show. That's just, you know, the inner workings in my head. But then the rest of me is saying, they're saying if you're letting him go no script, he has no time cue.
I definitely told Mac that I only watched his part and not tuned right out after that. Did not, Mac?
Yeah, you did. And I did the same thing. Because what do I need to watch for?
And I can almost guarantee a lot of people did that. And that's why I'm like...
but you're shitting on, didn't Moxley main event? Or do you even care?
But that's the thing, though, is if you're a promoter, you know that CM Punk is bringing in a huge demographic, a huge viewer base. Wouldn't you save him for the end of your show to make everyone stay tuned in?
Drew, listen, I wanted to agree with you there, but like I said, I don't think they had a choice.
I mean,
nobody could have. You had to come out with him and him only first, because it would have.
that crowd would have literally shit on every match.
They would have threw toilet paper at the ring in the old ECW days.
Not only that, but also, like I said, there's no time cue, and he went a long time in his promo. But he did say a lot of stuff that was like, okay. He kind of pointed up to Darby Allin and his stupid gloves. And I guess they're going to be facing each other the next pay-per-view, so that's interesting.
How do you feel about that, though? Is that like I'm painted in a corner situation? Is this helping quote unquote young talent? Because he has to win, right?
Ooh, CM Punk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, whoever's in the ring with him is winning.
Oh,
because
it's one of those situations. So it's not like that with Goldberg and Lashley, huh?
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, Goldberg coming into the ring is really, bringing the money. Yeah, nobody wins in the ring with Goldberg because you'll fucking die. You will fucking die against Goldberg.
If you won't die, Goldberg's son probably will.
Yeah. Goldberg almost dropped another guy in his fucking head.
Oh, man.
At what time do we go, hey, you know what? Maybe we should just retire the jackhammer.
I was scared for a minute when he attempted it. I'm like...
That wasn't the move where he almost killed him.
I'm like, yo, did they audible this? Did they say Lashley just pick him up and do whatever? Because, no, the move that almost killed him, we're going to get to that in a minute, but oh my God. I'm like, yo, is this how it's going to end?
But I was excited about CM Punk. I guess he paid for all those ice cream bars himself. So,
and they said he hand sealed them and everything. Each one, all 5,000 of
them. He is such a, I just gotta say something.
Yeah,
Swervy, I know you're gonna back me up on this. Drew, if you were real, you would too. He wouldn't be shit without the WWE. Let's just say that, please.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's
put that out there. Knows that.
Drew, are you in agreement?
I will meet you halfway. And that's gonna be the best you're gonna get out of me.
Wait, what does halfway look like in this example?
I'll agree that his popularity would not be nearly as big as it would be today without him being in WWE.
Okay, that's all the way, sir.
Yeah, that's
what we're saying.
Right.
Okay, but to say that he is who he is because of WWE is a little out.
Well, look.
Nobody named him Phil.
Cheap pops. The two cheap pops that he had doesn't happen if there's no WWE.
Right.
The pipe bomb sit out and the ice cream bars.
Who aren't wrestling
and a t-shirt.
Anymore, who aren't getting chants every fucking night.
I'm just saying.
You said what, Drew?
There's a lot of people from WWE who aren't wrestling in WWE anymore, who don't wrestle at all anymore, who aren't getting their name chanted every night.
What does that mean?
That means, they're chanting CM Punk's name when he's been out of wrestling for fucking 10 years. It's not just WWE's doing that happens. You do have a certain...
I think they set CM Punk up for a lifetime of autographs and appearances. So you do have to give them credit there. But he did take what they gave him and, yes, he put it to a level that probably no one saw coming. So maybe that's the halfway you're talking about.
Yeah, because I mean, if they wanted to make him, if they were the ones who made him the star, he would have at least headlined one WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, they gave him the opportunity to be that. So, but I hear what I hear what you're saying. I hear it. I got you. Let's talk about CM Punk and Darby Allin. CM Punk in the ring, Darby and Sting at the top of the infamous drop zone or whatever you want to call it. Swervy, what did you make of this?
I mean, before this happened, there were rumors about him facing Darby and everything, and I was asking myself, was Darby at that level yet to where, I understand they're trying to, they're on a mission to build younger stars and everything like that, but was Darby on that level to face someone like a CM Punk coming in? And then I had to take a step back and ask myself, well, is CM Punk even on that level? Because the reason I'm saying that is because I was seeing a lot of things on Twitter, and I don't want to derail this too far, but they were saying, well, is this the loudest pop that you've ever heard in your life and all that kind of stuff? They're just comparing it to all the pops you've ever heard.
No.
And I was just like, no, wait a minute now. There were only 5,000 fans in the audience, so you could take a small group of people and have them shout loud versus a stadium. You know what I mean? So
where do you come out that there was 5,000 people in the audience?
Well, however many it was. What I'm saying, it wasn't like MetLife Stadium shout.
I'll tell you this much: when Shane came back, the pop was way better for Shane than CM Punk. I'll tell you that.
During the Lockbox era.
No, when
that's what he came.
Oh
back,
yeah,
right?
well no, yeah. That era when Shane came, when it was the greatest wrestler or whatever shit they were doing. When Shane came back, that pop was bigger than CM Punk's pop. There's no doubt about that.
I think you're just smoking crack. I mean, it was a surprising pop. I don't think it was, oh my gosh, this is the greatest moment ever. But it was, oh shit, this is a great surprise.
Wait
if
a minute.
CM Punk was made to be a surprise, that should have been a louder pop.
At that time, Shane was gone for 7 years too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is I don't know if it was the loudest pop I've ever heard. I don't think it was, but it was a loud pop.
It wasn't a Jericho pop. It wasn't a Y2J pop, but it was a pop.
Yeah, they were comparing it to that too.
They weren't comparing the pop; they were comparing the debut.
Well, I mean, debut pop, same thing.
Is that part of it?
Yeah.
The promo itself, I think, was better than Shane's, where he hyped up a lockbox that we never got resolution to.
I thought you were saying that CM Punk's promo was better than Jericho's promo.
Oh yeah, that's
on his debut. I was going to say absolutely not.
Yeah, CM Punk was just spitballing. He wasn't really saying anything of importance. He just took a shot at WWE, and that was it.
I mean, isn't any degenerate wrestler when they defect? Isn't that what they do? That's part the thing to do.
Yeah.
See, you call it defecting. I call it graduating the performance center.
How is it graduating when they're on a smaller scale? You're hustling backwards.
The United Center. How is that at a smaller scale?
They don't get United. They don't get United Center if CM Punk doesn't come back. Sorry. Okay.
Their debut episode
was gymnasium somewhere.
Verizon Center. What called?
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
How many does Daly's Place hold?
Dude, they were in Daly's Place because of fucking coronavirus. Come on, don't be fucking.
I'm about to choke.
Because I mean, we could turn that around and be like, "Hey, how much does the Performance Center in Florida?" Because that's
no one was there, bro.
SummerSlam happened, baby. You can scratch that noise.
Exactly. I mean, the attendance
record. WWE is just AEW's developmental territory.
Listen, the attendance record was broken at Allegiant Stadium, even though there was never full capacity for one single Raider game last year. So we're still making up numbers.
51,000 unvaccinated screaming fans, baby.
Drew, serious question for you. I'm going to ask you this until the day we put the kibosh on the podcast, because you were somebody who told me, Swerve, and our other 27 listeners that you could not have a face versus a face or a heel versus a heel. Now, I want you to tell me flat out, CM Punk versus Darby Allin, who is my face and who is my heel?
Wait, Mac. There's one more other thing you got to add to that.
What's that?
The build.
Oh, listen. You have a guy who hasn't been there for 7 years come back, and then the build is, I'll be at the next pay-per-view. That's it.
Well, no, you haven't seen the build yet. It literally just got announced.
A 1 week build? Is that what we're getting?
Let's go for it.
So you're okay with it?
I mean, it'll be better than anything WWE puts together.
Oh my God, you hear it, right? You hear
yes,
it, right?
The hypocrisy.
Oh, by the way, we never did it. You know what? We always do our memorial services. Speaking of how WWE is so much better than AEW, let's have a moment of silence for Bianca Belair real quick.
This motherfucker, oh my God, defense. Man, he don't want to play no offense, just defense.
I
ask
can't
you a question, bro.
I can't wait to see you in the big leagues in at Daily Center.
I just asked you a question. Who is my face and who is my heel? Let's stay on topic, please.
We'll find out this week, won't we?
Oh my God. Who do you think it is? Who do you think who's who?
I would say if we're basing on who's going to be working babyface, who's going to be working heel, I'd say Darby is going to be working more of a heel wrestling role just because of the fact that he's the one who used a lot more weapons.
Okay, so when's the last time you seen a heel Sting? I'll wait.
Wolfpack Sting?
Oh!
and that Sting.
He wasn't even heel. He wasn't even heel in Wolfpack. He was still calling the fans names and giving promos and stuff. He wasn't heel.
Exactly. Like, it's going to be weird if you're saying we have to establish who's a pro and who's an antagonist.
Hey, let me ask you something real quick. Just real serious question.
If this is a WWE question, I'm not answering it.
I'm just asking this real quick. Are you a fan of Seth Rollins? That's all I'm asking.
See how this motherfucker do? I'm not answering.
I'm just asking.
I'm not answering.
Just please
because
answer.
You think the question that I had is an attack, and it's really not.
Nope. I'm not attacking you. I'm just asking you.
Am I a fan of Seth Rollins?
Yes.
I'm a fan of Seth Rollins, yes. Are you?
Okay, so Sting became a heel when he made Seth Rollins feel like he killed a geriatric in the ring.
Oh my God.
Because then you had to kind of turn your back on Seth Rollins because you're like, oh my gosh, he just killed this old guy. That's a heel move.
When is Sting gonna cut the umbilical cord? That's what I want to know.
Man, I hope
never.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing with Darby. Like his bodyguard, you're fucking 60, dude.
It's a reason for Tony Schiavone to give him pop shots.
Dude needs a pill to fuck. You're not anyone's bodyguard.
Can I say Tony Schiavone looks weird as fuck?
Yo, what is up with Tony Schiavone's earrings?
I don't know. And he looks like AJ Styles, like 20 plus years. He's got the glasses
like
now.
AJ Styles and Ted DiBiase fucked.
Oh my goodness, dude! It's like, welcome to AEW Dynamite. Hair flip. You're gonna see Sting and CM Punk. I was like, oh my God, dude! It's like the fucking Kubrick zirconiums are shining in the hard cam.
I want to know who looks at Schiavone and goes, "Yep, you look good, man."
He looks creepish. He looks like you know who Tony Schiavone looks like? If I'm being honest, have you ever seen Horrible Bosses?
I have.
Yeah.
He looks like the character Colin Farrell was playing. Except he's got more hair.
You know who I'd say Tony Schiavone looks like? Tony Schiavone looks like that guy who goes to high school football games, yet has no kids in high school.
Yes, no business being there, just there.
He's there for the moms.
He's there for the girls.
He sits there off by himself, hangs
He
out.
drives a Corvette. He
does.
Oh my goodness, Tony, cut that neck beard or whatever the hell you got going, and get rid of those tinted glasses, bro, and the earrings, please.
Tony Schiavone is the guy who comments on Pornhub videos saying, "I wish I was there." I like how he went.
I don't know. I mean, was there anything else to cover on Dynamite?
Altogether,
talk about that at all.
After that, match times were 15 minutes combined.
Well, that was Rampage.
Yeah. Dynamite, we had the fifth trial of Jericho, which was Jericho and MJF. MJF got the win.
So this is 4 straight, right?
4 straight what?
MJF has beaten him how many times in a row? 3?
3.
3, okay. So technically he's won, so we don't need the other 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything we should be watching for on Dynamite this week?
CM Punk's going to be on Dynamite. More stuff with the Elite. It's going to be leading up to the match between Christian and Kenny, which hopefully will be the end of that. We can move on.
I don't want to move on because I have another important question.
Yes.
How long will it take for CM Punk to challenge for the AEW World Title? 10 weeks, 12 weeks?
Is he going to get wins on Dark?
He might have to wrestle 2 or 3 matches, bro.
Not wrestling on Dark.
Oh, he's not? Well, how come?
You're not signing CM Punk to fucking wrestle on Dark.
I did think it was a bitch move for Tony in the press conference, and CM Punk for that matter, to kind of duck out of the contract question. I don't know if you guys saw this.
Well, it was leaked, parts of their contract. It is a full-time contract, so it's not like he's going to be here and then he's going to fuck off, come back for the pay-per-view, fuck off. No, it's a full-time contract. What was that?
What?
I just heard like a woo sound.
It was a motorcycle.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it is a full-time contract. Also, CM Punk does have, let's call it creative control.
Oh no, he's going to be like Kevin Nash in WCW.
So I think one of the big reasons why, well, 2 of the big reasons. A, I don't think CM Punk was going to sign anywhere without some creative control. B, I think that this is just his way of making sure that his storylines make sense. Instead of just, hey, we're going to have you wrestle Sting. Okay, then what? I don't know.
So he's going to skip the lines, what you're telling me?
Well, did I say that? No.
You did not say.
Storylines are going to make sense.
Well, the only thing that makes sense is win-loss record. So if we ain't talking win-loss record, then it don't make sense.
Okay, so if he does move up through a win-loss record, then I don't want to fucking hear it.
And next week, because this bastard got creative control, I better not hear Darby Allin, I'm going to fight you for 3 points. So you can skip ahead. I don't want to hear that shit.
Put your wins on the line.
3 out of 5 pinfall match.
I have
Each one counts as a victory.
The next pay-per-view is Hangman Page and Kenny, so I can't see CM Punk skipping a line.
If I was there at the presser, my real question would be, how close were you to possibly signing to WWE? And what was the deciding factor with AEW? That would be my question.
Don't think it was close at all. I wouldn't think that it was close at all.
It might not have been because what did he say? He was like working with Tony from
Since
18 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, they reached out 18 months ago and they didn't get anything done. But, they'd stayed in contact.
Well, it was just because of the fans. There wasn't no fans there. He wanted to come back to what he came back to, and not other workers in the audience.
Now, another big thing to take note of is that there's another free agent on the horizon, and that's Adam Cole, who worked his last NXT match this past Sunday. He's no longer under contract with WWE, and has expressed interest. Now, I know you're going to sit there and go, oh, another WWE guy. Look, he wrestled one match on the main roster. Like, get the fuck out of here. And the only reason he wrestled on the main roster is because the rest of the roster was held hostage. I'm sorry. I mean held as human collateral. I'm sorry. I mean a misunderstanding with the Saudi government.
Whatever, bro. It's not New Japan NXT. It's WWE NXT. Sorry.
Okay, I mean they're their own brand, and but okay.
So wait, so they're operating as a standalone company? Is what you're telling me?
I mean, they call that developmental, right? So
okay,
I mean, if that's
developmental for who?
Moving up from developmental.
So who owns all of it?
Shit, I might own it for all you know.
I bet the fuck you do. You be at Vince McMahon house so damn much. I bet you probably do.
Yeah. Hey, if Vince McMahon owns it so much, let's ask him what his opinion is of his wrestlers on that brand.
Drew,
I go, who the fuck are these guys?
Drew, if you own it, then you need to get our YouTube channel at the WWE numbers.
Hey man, that's on you, pal. You're in charge of the YouTube division.
This is
Swervey being in charge of the YouTube division is like, I don't know. Bruce
it's like
Pritchard being
real
in charge
life.
of the X
He's
division.
in charge of the YouTube division.
This is why we never go grow.
Well, man said, "Nah, bro, that's you." I felt like we released two different versions of Madden because there were two different images for the episode. One Vince and the other was Cena.
There you go.
I mean,
there's the unity.
Unity.
Hey, I have a question. Speaking of Madden, did you pick it up?
All right, quick story, because we're running on time here. So I pre-ordered Madden at Best Buy. Guy told me come back Friday morning, 10 o'clock they open. My wife was out of town. I had plans. I got my snacks ready to just go pick it up in the morning and come home and game all day. I did none of the sorts.
Why?
I went to go get the game. It was I got the game, but I got it at 3 o'clock. And I did so much ripping and running. I played a half and I turned it off and went to sleep.
Oh.
But the interesting part was I went to Best Buy and they did not have my reserve. So I'm like, great, where is it? Can somebody find it? Did you give it away? Do you have another copy in the back? So I waited for my 5 minutes out front near the customer service desk. And they brought out a Madden. And they were like 69 or 71, whatever it was, because I put down the $5. And I put it in my bag and went home. I said, okay. So I go home. I get my other groceries out. And I get the Madden out of the bag to pop it open to put it in. And when I looked at the cover, it said MVP edition. So I was like, wait a minute. What am I doing with this game? Because I didn't pay $100 for it. And I'm like, oh, shit. They gave me an MVP edition when they were only supposed to give me the Series X copy.
That's right. He had last year on the cover.
Exactly. I didn't say anything. They don't know anything. Salutations.
That's right. It sounds a whole lot like you're not your problem.
Pretty much. So, yeah, I played it. I'm waiting for the franchise stuff to drop because that's what I really play. All in all, 7 out of 10 right now is my score. My meta score.
What franchise stuff is coming out?
The scouting. So if you started the franchise mode already, the scouting is going to be revamped. it's not gonna apply to what you've already created, so you're gonna need to start again. So if you started one and you're on week 1, just delete it and wait for like a week or so.
All right, gotcha.
But yeah, what did you like? Do you like it so far or what?
Yeah, I think it looks great. Obviously PS5 is gonna, look better than PS4.
Can I ask you, because I know you're very disrespectful, what TV are you playing your PS5 on?
What do you mean? My main TV.
Is it 4K?
Yeah.
Okay.
65 inches of American steel right there.
Wait, what? Did we talk about this?
No, because you're a bitch boy and said that you didn't want to do the podcast anymore. Right after I got my TV.
All right, so what TV? Let's talk about this because we had some build up.
I literally just got my new TV and my new PS5, and you're just like, I don't want to do the podcast anymore. I'm busy.
Right. So tell the people, Drew, this is your time to shine. One shining moment. Let the people know about your purchases.
All right. So I was looking for a new TV because I got that Uncle Sam money.
Hey.
Basically, I was his whore on the street, took all my money, gave me some trick on the side. Here's your tax return.
Hey, better than the money that he gave you for letting you touch him. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't know what that means, but okay. So we went to.
Don't tell your mother.
We went to Best Buy. Nobody was helping us, possibly because of the fact that I was in sweatpants. So I think everyone just looked at me like, "Yo, this motherfucker, this scum ass motherfucker's looking at TVs. Get the fuck out of here!" And they were just not helping. So I left, and I went to Target, and I found a 65. So originally I went in 55 inches, but I found 65 inches was just slightly bigger and slightly more money. So I'm like, fuck it, why not?
This motherfucker got a 65-inch Sanyo. Please tell me you didn't.
No.
All right.
So I got a 65-inch Element. And so my math skills, just so you know, are not great. In particular, measuring shit with my eyes. So I cleaned out the back, the hatchback of my SUV before it went, but I still had some stuff in there. I put the seats on as best I can. I had stuff pushed up against the back. I'm like, yeah, I'll fit. No problem. Because in my head, I'm thinking of when I bought my 40-inch and how it's like, oh, that should just fit in the back seat, basically. I'm good. This is just a little bit more. I'm fucking golden. I went there. And now, mind you, get out of my car, look at my car as I'm going in, golden. Pick it out. They're like, okay, we'll wheel it out to your car and we'll help you put it in. Okay. I got to my car. Still golden. I pull up to the front of Target. Pop open the hatchback. They wheel this TV out. Look at the TV, look at my hatchback, look at the TV, look at my hatchback. No longer golden. I totally underestimated how fucking big this thing was. We just barely got this motherfucker in. Like, I'm basically like driving hunched over because this thing smacked me in the back of the head like a prom date.
That happened to me, man. My mom wanted a 70-inch TV. And I'm like you, thinking I got my 65 in here. I'm going to get the 70 in here. Oh, no. I probably still have the wheel marks on my stomach. That's how close I was.
Yeah. It's deceptively big. That's what she said. So I get home. I'm carrying this thing in. My crackhead neighbor is almost blocking the fucking entrance because she parked like the way she parked. But I get this thing in. I don't realize that the bottom's fucking coming out.
Wait, this is a one-man job?
2 people. But I had neighbors help me. Unfortunately, that means my crackhead neighbors all know that I now have a 65-inch TV.
I just want us to make some noise for all of us having crackhead neighbors.
But I thought smarter, not harder. As they're helping me carry us in, I go, yeah, this is, I bought this with the tax money. Just like last year, I bought a gun with my tax money. Just to let them know that it's trying to take my 65-inch.
You let them know you got that ooh out. You know what I mean? Smart man.
So I'm trying to get this thing on the TV stand now. Now, mind you, once again, the mind of a fucking psychopath. I'm like, okay, well, it's an element. So the screws that go on the wall mount are the same fucking screws all day, no day. So all day, every day. So I unscrew this motherfucker. I take my 40-inch off. I size it up and I look at it. I'm just like, wow, that is a big difference. Now, mind you, this is a one-man job because my girlfriend at this point had fucked off. So I'm like lifting this motherfucker to put it on. Screws are different.
Ooh.
And I run to her father's house because her father kept all the screws because she bought the wall mount. It's like, hey, hang on to these because she knows better. She knows I will lose them. She'll lose them. This guy, he's like OCD. He has records of records. So he finds the screws that came with this, no problem. It doesn't come with that exact size. But I put it on with a similar size. I file down, the remaining, so it's not like poking through. It goes. It's fine. It's great. It looks perfect.
Next gen Drew.
Yeah,
you hear, man.
And the best part is the PS5 fits perfectly between the wall mount like display entertainment system and the TV.
Are you standing up or are you
horizontal? Oh, I'm laying down. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, me too. My PS5 haven't seen much work lately. I will say that. At this point, there's only one game I'm contemplating buying, and now I'm debating on what system will I get it for. So the PS5 could literally be there as a trophy wife.
See, I want to get Resident Evil 8, but like I have other games to play. Like I have Final Fantasy 7 I want to play. I fucking have Miles Morales that came with the PS5 that I haven't played yet.
Yeah, I haven't beat the first one yet, so I haven't even played Miles Morales, but I'm looking forward to it. Before we get to SummerSlam, did you guys see the trailer today for the new Spidey?
I was about to ask you that.
I did not.
Is this the one that Tobey Maguire, is he supposed to be in this one? Or
so the rumor is that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are all supposed to be in it.
Okay. The trailer looks pretty good. I will say this. Why the hell is this? What?
Oh, I was going to say, I know Jamie Foxx is also signed on to reprise as Electro.
Okay. I did like who was at the end of the trailer. Don't say it because Swerve hasn't seen it.
Well, you could mention it. I don't really care about Spider-Man like that. Was it Brock Lesnar?
Close. It was Doc Ock. Saying, what's my man's name, Drew? The actor who plays him?
Alfred Molina.
He's so good. So Doc Ock, this is Christmas, I think.
Yeah, a little bit before it.
HBO Max me, man. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, it's not gonna be on HBO Max. If anything, it's gonna be on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, they're already marketing Sony Spider-Man controllers. So I'm like, is another game coming?
Oh no, it's just hey. You know what? They'll probably do they'll finally put Spider-Man in that fucking Marvel Avengers game.
Oh, maybe.
Did you guys see Suicide Squad yet?
I saw somebody get pummeled like he was trying to commit suicide on Sunday or Saturday. But no, I did not.
Gotta get on that. It was actually a really good movie.
All right. Listen, man, it's kind of hard for me to be watching shit. I was telling this the other day on Twitter. I'm like, is it just me, or am I like having the only time, or am I the only one having a hard time watching all these freaking shows?
No, it's not just you. I still haven't watched
Yeah.
the new one. I've heard it's awful, but I still got to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. But, I'll get around to it. Okay. SummerSlam was on Saturday, and I just want to drop a quick picture in the Chizat real quick, just to let y'all know where I'm coming from, because I'm gonna talk my shit. Because CM Punk was a hell of a dagger, but the WWE will let you know, hey, if we're going down swinging, and they swung. So I just dropped that picture, and when you see it, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I've seen this. But that's more for Drew, though, because, we already do that.
Exactly. Did you see the picture, Drew?
The one that you just sent with Roman?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Now, I'll ask you. Let me ask you. Did they get extra viewership because people wanted to see what their response was going to be? Or were they ultimately interested in the card?
I think they got more viewership because it's on a fucking Saturday. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it's normal for pay-per-views to be on Sunday, but people work. I mean, being up till 11, 12 a.m. to watch pay-per-view sometimes, it's like, I'll watch this later. And I don't know if they count streams after being live.
I would dispute that only to say it was a Saturday. It was a hot day. And there were a million places people could have chosen to been other than stuck in the house somewhere watching pay-per-view. So I think the card drew them to watch that show.
I mean, it was a decent card. I mean, we had the Mysterios.
Minus the quote unquote surprises.
Yeah, I mean, the Mysterios were on the card, so I mean, that's the price of admission right there. I'm sure they sold tickets for, double what they normally would have to make up for COVID. So when they say it's the highest grossing SummerSlam of all time, I'd love to see what ticket prices were for that.
Well, I'm pretty sure, Drew, you're just like me. You're watching All Out so you can see what Glacier does.
Well, of course.
The picture that I sent was acknowledging that this was the most viewed SummerSlam in history. We can go through the card. As we go through the card, I want to do something new here on No Pyro, and that's holding our predictions accountable. I will say who had who. I went back and listened, and then we'll talk about it. So, somebody wants to pull the card up?
Yeah, I'll pull it up right now.
How about that match placement, huh?
Yeah, let's talk about that first real quick. Old school match placement. Loved it.
By the way, Big E and Corbin on the pre-show. If he's not cashing in, is it a telling sign that Big E's on the pre-show?
It could just be letting
that was the
cook.
whole conversation the entire night. Yes, I was watching it with Swerve. That was my thought process behind it.
What's that?
I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that was the question I had all night. Was okay, Big E's pre-show. They're gonna press the button on this. And then the match placement happened, and I'm like, wow, they're really gonna press the button on this, and they didn't.
Yeah.
So I was just looking up just to kind of prove, well, not prove, but kind of give some explanation into that. So as far as SummerSlam tickets, going back to that where it said it was the most profitable SummerSlam on record. Anyone want to guess how much the lowest ticket was cost to go to SummerSlam this year?
$247.95.
Not that outrageous.
$6.
Not that cheap either. It was $114 for nosebleeds, all the way in the back. Now, the most expensive ticket.
The West Side Gun ticket. That's what we're calling it.
We're talking front row, hard cam. I want to know how much you would say those tickets went for.
$1,435.
Not even fucking close.
I'm gonna call a Young Jeezy audible, and I'm gonna say Mr. 17.5.
Not even close.
What?
What are you saying? 17,000?
17,500.
Not that high.
Oh.
$7,917.
And you know what? Worth the price of admission.
You would pay that much money to watch Bianca Belair lose in 23 fucking seconds.
Hey, man, we supposed to go down in order. We keep bringing that up.
We're going to get to it, Drew. The man is just like, you know, when Batman...
Holy pain in the Bussy.
Drew knows exactly what strings to pull, man.
You know in Batman where there's like the homeless dudes who are like outside of Arkham going, it's so sad to hear what happened to your father. And you keep hearing that over and over and over. That's what it is. I know my dad got killed outside of the opera. It was my fault. I get it. You don't have to keep telling me. Jesus.
You ain't got to keep repeating you a thug. We heard you.
Listen, man, we know you got money. We know you got stacks. Yes, man, we know you got stacks at the crib. We know you got it. Damn. Drew, we hear you, man. We agree with you. So don't do that. Not with this. Ain't no way to excuse that. We'll get to it.
Let's go to the first main card match of this.
I'm not gonna lie, Drew. I'm glad you did that because now I'm hot. Now I'm ready to go.
Okay, well then let's get to the first main card match of this definitely worthwhile event. RK Bro taking on AJ Styles and Omos.
I was the only one who predicted that RK Bro would win.
Why?
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I went back and listened. The writing was on the wall. I mean, why would you get them back together now?
No, but I'm asking why take the belts off these two? You're trying to push Omos as this monster, and then you're taking his belt off.
Because it's time for a push for AJ.
You're right. We haven't had any of those
recently. I mean, them being tag team champions for going on 6 months is kind of stale. 5 months is going to be stale. Hand it over. So now you have RK Bro as champions, and they'll work it for a month, 2 months, and then they'll split.
You know what these tag team matches are really for is just so that the New Day can have new opponents. That's really all it is.
I'm sorry, did you say that this is the reason why the Charlotte Flair matches happen?
What? No, I said, this is the reason why I think they did award them the championships is so that the New Day can have new opponents.
Oh, I thought you meant they just kept making Charlotte lose so that they can make Charlotte win. I'm sorry.
Oh, that too.
That was out of order.
Oh, man.
Well, let's go on to the next match. We have Eva Marie taking on Alexa Bliss, $7,917.
Yeah,
Match of the night.
Swerve was the only one who predicted this one correctly. I didn't see this coming, nor did I care to see it coming.
3 minutes and 50 seconds of I could be home right now.
Well, the big payoff was that Dude Drop got to talk shit to Eva Marie.
Oh, okay.
And this is old school build, Drew. Just keep that in mind as we go through this list.
Oh, okay. I'm glad we're doing old school build with fucking Dewdrop.
I mean, not build. Old school match layout is what I meant to say. I don't know what they're doing as far as building with Dewdrop. Don't care.
I want to call that the placeholder match because
It's too early to get popcorn.
Match. The fuck? We didn't have a fucking thing to go to that was good.
No, hear me out. My definition in this case of a placeholder match was that they needed to give Alexa another win before she can take another step on the ladder to challenge for what she challenged for on Monday.
She can't challenge the drop.
Exactly.
So she'll squash her.
Well, next we have Damian Priest taking on Sheamus. Here's my problem with Damian Priest. It feels like the fans don't really cheer for Damian Priest. They just don't like who he's facing. Is that a fair assessment?
I would say so.
Listen,
he had a lot of support when he was with Bad Bunny because he was with Bad Bunny. But you can't call Bad Bunny every fucking pay-per-view. And it's just people weren't really yeah, we're happy that Damian Priest won. It's more yeah, we're happy Sheamus lost. It's I mean, am I wrong? Am I the asshole?
Are you calling him the Floyd Mayweather of WWE?
I mean, calling a spade a spade.
Actually, though, to me, this match was a sleeper.
A sleeper like he wanted to fall asleep, or it was sneaky good?
It was good.
I agree.
I didn't have.
I'm not saying the match was bad, but what I am saying is that they're not doing anything to really help Damian Priest become the babyface they want him to be.
Well, you can't do that when you fight Miz and Morrison 500 times.
Shit, if you can't get over facing the fucking Miz, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. The Miz will get you over.
Be careful, Drew. That's going to come back to bite you.
Right in the Bussy.
You know you're pronouncing it wrong. It's Bussy.
Okay. Man, I can't even hear you. You're fucking palming your fucking microphone.
I say you're pronouncing it wrong. It's Bussy.
I'm going to pronounce it wrong for the rest of the show just to fucking spite you. So he's going to get bit right in the Bussy.
Yeah, the Gary Bussy, yeah.
Next match that we have, the Mysterios taking on the Usos. Usos get the win. They retain.
The bloodline. Let's go.
I feel like this is just, hey, let's split up the Mysterios. Let's just get there.
We all had that one, right, Matt?
Let me look. We all did pick the Usos, yes. Yes, we did. I talked about this, I don't know, 6-7 months ago. I was waiting for the first shoe to drop in the father and son beef. And Swervey told me that they're maybe leaning toward that.
Yeah, I was hearing some things about they're putting some seeds out there about it, but didn't look like anything was happening during that particular matchup. So maybe they're saving it for, a little bit later. He's been tagged with her for a while now, so longer than almost in AJ. So it might be time for him to break away.
I just want to get a not this way segment, and if I had to pick two wrestlers to do it with, these would be the two. Then you get the classic montage with Ray and Dominic, and it's a match that I'm buying into.
And Eddie.
Are we getting Aaliyah on a pole match? Or whatever, however you pronounce his daughter's name?
No, but we will get, someone else on the pole when we get to the card later on.
Well, next up, we have a match that nobody got right. Bianca Belair, whose opponent was not there, Sasha Banks, and her replacement was Becky Lynch.
All right, so let's slow down for a minute, Drew. When you heard, I don't know if you were watching live, so maybe Swerve, if I ask you, and then you can kind of go off of that. When you heard Sasha Banks was not in Vegas, what did you think?
Leading up until that point, I don't know if you remember, but I was telling you that they were saying that she may or may not be there. And when they did announce that she wasn't going to make it, I said, oh, wow, they actually did just keep this a secret up until, the match type. But I didn't know who was coming out. I just knew there could be some doubt about Sasha actually being in the match. But right when I said Bianca Belair came out first, I said, I told you it was going to be some BS right from there. Because she should be coming out first anyway. So right. You knew something was happening, just didn't know what. But yeah, I was scrolling through Twitter all day Saturday, and they were talking about Sasha and Bianca may not happen or whatever. And that's not the first time that they've done something like that, where they've kept that match thinking that match is going to take place up until the very last second. But yeah, I wasn't too thrilled about the debut. You have a 90-pound woman beating up on this muscular athletic chick and laying her down with it's not a good look. They could have done that a bunch of different ways.
You know who else fucking hated it? Nikki Bella, who was on like a StarCast or something. Like they did like a bunch of like podcast convention next door the day after. She shit all over it. Like how do you go out there and you give her this WrestleMania moment, you build her as your next female top athlete, and then you beat her in 26 seconds. It's like, this is WWE's biggest problem with the female talent, is that they don't treat them like they treat the men. It's, yeah, we're going to tell you that you're equal, and then we're going to shit all over your push in 26 seconds and make every storyline that you have up to this point meaningless. And she kind of referred back to her storyline with AJ Lee, when it's like, okay, you're feuding AJ Lee, and then literally Paige comes out and beats her in like fucking like 3 seconds, and then everything that they did just went, meh, it means nothing. The storyline that you have with AJ Lee has no bearing. It's not going to continue. We're not even going to address it.
Yeah, and then online I was seeing a lot of people compare it to Kofi. And in my opinion, this is actually worse than Kofi, because he had, a match ran toward Brock. Kofi's severely outmatched in every way. So it makes sense when you think about it, right? And on this hand, in the women's match, it's the other way around. And Bianca, even without, there's other parts of her title reign, even against Sasha, where she was made to look like a fool. I think twice against Sasha and then once against Becky. And your champion shouldn't be looking like that. Like, she got played each time. She was in the ring with Sasha, and then that one time with Becky. I was just like, how do you keep falling for the same thing over and over again?
I wouldn't be surprised if after her match she packed up her shit and just went home. Like, not like quit the company, but like didn't stick around, didn't like, shake everyone's hand, be like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to work. Just packed up her shit and was just like, I'm going home for the fucking week. Like,
Well, they were sure to show a promo of her and a bunch of other people advertising merch where she was singing and dancing. So they kind of threw that out there like right after that, I believe.
Well, I find it very interesting that now I don't know if this is the true cover. Okay, no, never mind. I misspoke because it just gave me that asterisk. They had Sasha Banks on 2K22, and I'm just like, I hope this is not real. And thank God it's not. There's talk on Twitter that Sasha Banks is pregnant.
oh,
I don't know how real that talk is. I've heard COVID. I've heard anti-vax.
Was those her legs in that Ric Flair picture?
Oh my God. I don't think so.
did you hear Ric Flair's response to that picture, by the way?
I did. I forgot what he said, though.
He didn't even deny doing it. He's just like, Nature Boy don't take trains.
I run them.
Yeah, they totally shat on whatever build they put into Bianca Belair. You had somebody who definitely could carry the SmackDown Women's Division, even if Becky was there to work her way up. I thought it was distasteful. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was lazy. And I know Bianca at this point in her career is not in a position to argue with creative, but damn, I might have took that risk, not knowing what was on the other side of that rainbow. Because how the fuck can you do this to me?
Well, another thing is that it looks like Becky Lynch has requested, at least from WWE, to turn heel.
Well,
they were going to try and keep her a face after that before she requested it. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, that might be part of it. I know they apparently denied that request, but I think that they're not going to have a choice. You don't fucking.
She's doing heel shit though.
Yeah.
Maybe
I didn't cut you off, Drew. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, they have Bianca Belair, who they've been pushing as this fan favorite. And quite honestly, I think Bianca Belair is great. She is fantastic in the ring. But then when you do that, you kill any momentum you gave to her. She is now officially just another girl. She's not, special. She's not a unique wrestler. She's just another female wrestler.
Yeah, the one thing I look for is how does the former champion immediately respond to them losing their championship. And yes, she looked dumbfounded, but it didn't look like I'm coming back for that belt dumbfounded. It was, I'm going to go back and do whatever I can do and fight Naomi or challenge whoever is whittling on SmackDown.
Like they did Daniel Bryan for a little bit after he got bro kicked.
Exactly. So, honestly, when she said, one day, Sasha, me and you will be in this ring together, I was like, that's weird to say, but okay. And then this happens.
Moving on.
Well, was that? I was going to say, just before we move on, one of the worst spots I've ever seen on the pay-per-view was that. Yes, Becky, you're coming back, but we didn't. That was bullshit.
Especially when Becky knows how that feels to have that done, because she's been put in spots where it's just you are an afterthought. So to do that, to not stand up and be like, hey, we really need to have an actual match. I don't know if they were worried that she would have too much ring rust, but if you're worried about that, don't give her a fucking title match.
Yeah. And that'd be my whole beef with these situations. It ain't the fact that she lost, it's how.
Like, put her on the house shows. Like, have her at least like work with people first before you put her on pay-per-view. Don't just be like, yeah, we're gonna put the belt on you. It's gonna be 26 seconds because we're concerned you don't know how to wrestle anymore.
Yeah, Becky should be on Dark.
He said she should be on Dark. What?
She should be on Dark, racking up wins.
Yeah, not coming back challenging. You know what I'm saying? Not getting the championship right away. not challenging one of the most over stars in the company, right? Fight Goldust when you come back first. Work your way up.
Yeah, man.
Got to get that cutie Marshall rub.
Hey, listen, come on now. A little Jungle Boy action,
So, since we are doing old school booking, we go on to two wrestlers who are obviously more over than the last two because old school booking. Drew McIntyre takes on Jinder Mahal.
Now, okay. Let me rewind. Let me rewind. Sheamus and Damian Priest. I was the only one who picked Priest. And Drew and Jinder, I was the only one who picked Drew.
Wait a minute, you sure?
Yeah, I definitely picked Jinder.
Yeah.
Because I assume since they're banning his two lackeys, that's automatic. He's gonna fucking cheat to win. Like, there's no way you ban the lackeys and then the babyface still gets the win. Like, that doesn't make sense. He's supposed to persevere even though the lackeys are there. If the lackeys aren't there, the heel's supposed to cheat a different way to win. Like that's my common, booking 101 brain going off. But I guess for here, they didn't want to confuse fans, so it's like, yeah, the bad guys, it's even playing field. So obviously Drew McIntyre is going to win now. How's Call of Duty going, by the way?
Who's playing Call of Duty?
Whoever's fucking clicking the controller.
There's none of them. I'm trying to go to my house. I'm sitting here sweating my ass off, trying to figure out who had what in what match.
Oh man, listen, I gotta do something to take my mind off the sweat.
I got the AC on and I'm still sweating my ass off. Oh my god. Oh.
All right, well, what's the next one?
So the next one we have a triple threat. Charlotte taking on Nikki ACH or ASH.
Wait, what did you say?
ACH. I thought I was back at my old office.
Not the automated clearinghouse.
That check is officially cashed.
Hey, I didn't get my check this week.
This was another one that pissed me off too.
Dude. Can I just say for a second? I hate this character. I hate it. I loathe her.
Who?
Nikki ASH. Like, who the fuck is in charge? Who okayed this?
I guess it was her idea.
It was her idea?
Yeah.
Okay, time out. If they're letting her make decisions in creative control, and they're not letting other people who actually probably have better ideas not get any say so, come on, man.
She's getting that Roman treatment.
Yo, I have no idea why this ever got the rub it got. I am glad and upset that the belt is off of her. But, yo, I'm almost a superhero. What the fuck does that mean? You dress like one? What are you, Blake, man? I don't get it.
Pretty much. Listen, I was trying to ignore the character itself and just focus on getting someone else to the top, and they just did not bother to do that.
I mean, join me, please, if you will. Do you guys feel like you can make better storylines than what they have in the back? Because I feel like I can, and not even try.
The women need special attention, and they need more.
Attention, period.
and they need more of them.
The women outside of Charlotte, because I did watch her promo last night and I loved it.
Sheamus and Damian Priest went longer than this.
You about to say Shamian?
Like, you shit on Rhea Ripley, you give credence to this Nikki ASH broad.
Yeah, that's another thing. I would have been fine if the belt was still on Rhea Ripley, but I think she only had it for a month. And then you have Charlotte with these 2-3 2-week reigns, 2-day reigns. Like, how many of these are we gonna get?
She's gotta get 25 reigns.
All three of us fell for the banana and tailpipe because we picked Nikki ASH to win.
It was actually a really good match too.
Giving her the Money in the Bank and having her cash in and win to just fucking beat her 2 weeks later.
Well, not only that, Drew, they beat her before that. So she was losing on her way.
Yeah, because on the podcast, I think somebody said, mind you, she lost. She got pinned on whatever show it was. Oh my God.
By Charlotte and Rhea. So she was just, it was a losing. That was the worst championship run I've ever seen. Like, seriously.
I mean, you squander Bianca's reign, and I don't know what the hell the payoff was with this crap. But Jesus, I mean, I kid, but I really believe that they are making Charlotte lose to give her more championships. And did you notice, if you watched the promo last night, she said she's a 12-time champion. Do you know what championship that she counted?
Yeah, she wasn't supposed to.
He was champion. She counted it.
Oh, Jesus.
So there's that. Come on, wife. You can come in. You know, we're not doing anything. Yes. Oh, Drew, AEW will never land Cardi B for a theme song for a pay-per-view, by the way. Read on.
Okay. You say that like it's a bad thing.
I mean, you probably will get like a Vince Sevenfold or somebody.
Once again, you say that like it's a bad thing. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but Cardi B is not fucking music that wrestling fans kind of want to hear. Are you sitting there going, "Oh man, Cardi B, I'm in the mood now"? Or are you saying I'm kind of
let one off during the Nikki ASH match? Of course, I'm saying that.
Cardi B is music for women who think child support is money moves.
Get the bag, sis.
You said that, and my wife was in the room. She goes, "What did he say?" You don't want to do that, man. Read the room, Drew.
I mean, Cardi shit. I'm sorry. Cardi's proof. Not all WAP is good WAP.
Yeah, Drew. Oh my God. Let's get to the next.
Please.
Not all WAP is good WAP. Man, he preaching today, y'all. Go ahead, Drew.
You know what? That's what they need to put in sex ed from now on. Instead of the old videos from the fucking 50s, just have some teacher come in and be like, "Kids, not all WAP is good WAP." Just so you know, some of it will give you the scratches.
Oh my God.
So next we have Edge with his best Gangrel entrance taking on Seth Rollins.
I would have gave this entrance a 10 out of 10 if he only had the cup.
Huh. Well, he can't have the cup. That's the same reason why on Friday he spilled a black gooey substance instead of a bloodbath. Because WWE's like, hey, we want to do a shout out to the Brood, but we don't want to scare off advertisers. It's kind of like when Disney's like, hey, folks, we have a character in this movie. He's gay, but not so gay that it upsets China. So he kind of just likes clothes.
You know, if you're gonna do it, go all the way with it. Number 2, Gangrel and Christian are on AEW, I believe.
Gangrel's not an AEW. Gangrel has not wrestled in fucking decades.
Wait, we did see him
He
as a
was
cameo.
in AEW, bro.
Yeah, he had a cameo.
He might have been there to collect charity, but I mean, like, he's not playing.
Well, the last we seen of him, he was in AEW.
Looking sick.
Well, yeah.
So, you know.
So Edge wins by submission.
We picked for this match. I picked Seth, and you both picked Edge. The question surrounding this, and I'm pretty sure we'll circle back to it, was who, for their own storyline, can afford to lose. And I said Edge, and I think you both said Seth. But we didn't know how long Edge would be sticking around after this. And I still don't know that answer because we haven't seen SmackDown yet.
Well, heels can lose. Like, heels are supposed to lose. That's what they're meant for, especially in WWE. So, Seth
Depending
Rollins.
on what heels you are.
What?
Depending on the kind of heel you are.
Well, that's true.
Not all heels are losing heels, I guess.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Seth went down with a submission. I feel like, you know, I'm okay with that. Because it's not something that is, I guess, destroying whatever singles push he's got. Because whatever you guys say, Seth Rollins is probably one of the better cowardly heels that we've seen in recent, you know, history.
If they were both faces, let's just say after this match, they would have had a handshake because it was the match of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give that. This definitely was match of the night. We said that going into it. I did like the Brood entrance, although I knew it wouldn't be lasting into the ring. I also did like the pop of the Rob Zombie music, which gets people going every time.
Some might say they scream if they want to.
Say it again?
Some might say they scream if they want to.
I guess. One spot of that match I really liked was the pedigree that Seth did to Edge. I thought that was sweet. Where Edge, like, I think Seth countered a spear attempt. Pedigree. I did like that.
Yeah. One thing that Edge showed is that he can still go.
Now, where does he go from here?
I was literally thinking that because at this point, when the match is over, two things are on my mind. I'm like, we still got Big E for going with old school booking here. And number 2, what's going to happen with Roman and Seth or Roman and Cena? At this point, I'm thinking Edge is number 1 contender in my head because at that point, the only way to go is up. Now looking at it, I don't know what's next. Does the Seth and Edge happen again?
Well, Extreme Rules is next, so it's definitely a 2 or 3 month program. It could be out of them too. It didn't look like it was one of those, you know, exclamation point type wins, but it was a win nonetheless. So it was their first time meeting. So yeah, you got to squeeze more out of that orange.
Speaking of oranges, shout out to myself for the menu on Saturday. It was. I think that would help me stay up. Was it heavy? Was it greasy? Shout out to Red Pepper one time. Oh my God! I went to Red Pepper on Saturday. Is that okay? It's not okay according to my wife. Drew, any thoughts on the Edge and Seth match before we move on, or?
No, it was a solid match. It was one of the best of the night.
Boy, you sure don't have a lot to say when you can't crap on anything.
I sound almost like Swervy during AEW.
He made sure to get that Bianca dig in quick fast, didn't he? And had shit else to say after that. Read on, Drew.
All right, so we now have Lashley with MVP taking on Goldberg and his not so chubby kid anymore. So Lashley gets the win after referee stoppage because the match went over 5 minutes.
There he is. X-Wax himself.
He was waiting for this one.
Yeah, right.
So I don't want to hear fucking shit ever again about, oh, AEW signing this guy. Oh, they're signing guys to WWE. Oh, they must be desperate. Oh, this guy shouldn't be wrestling anymore. I'm going to bring up this match every fucking time. I do not care. Why are they still letting Goldberg in the fucking ring? And the fact that his son got involved only tells me that this is not the last time, even though at WrestleMania, Goldberg made sure to let everyone know that was the last fucking time.
Listen,
Hey,
man,
when they
that
call
just
him
never die.
when they call him the most dangerous man in sports entertainment, you watch a match, you definitely can see why.
No, if I'm Lashley, I'm going backstage and throwing a belt at somebody. Like, I'm pissed. I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, we're not clearing Kofi to wrestle, but this motherfucker is somehow passing a physical? What do you think Goldberg benches right now? 140?
He looked in pretty good shape, though.
Yeah, until the bell rang.
Yeah, I don't know what type of, was that a soup or was that a German that he gave Lashley? I forgot.
Were you talking about we almost injured him or something else?
Yeah, that one.
Oh no, he went to the top rope. Lashley did, and I think Goldberg just tried to toss him off. I don't know what he's attempting to do, but he threw him like a torpedo almost, and you know, it almost didn't end well.
It
By the way,
felt like,
almost. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it felt like Lashley was trying to do the crate challenge, and he wobbled at the top crate and fell and almost broke his damn neck.
Almost injured him is the most, statement of the year right there. He almost injured him. He almost killed him. Like, we almost saw draws again.
Yeah, well, they're gonna carry it on for another month at least, regardless of how you feel.
Why though? Like why? Like, nobody's sitting there going, man, you know what I can really use right now? Goldberg.
Nobody wants Sting in action too, but yet we have him.
Okay, how often does Sting wrestle? And
how often does Goldberg wrestle?
Shit, he wrestles fucking better than fucking Goldberg. Sting actually wrestled on Dynamite. It was actually pretty decent.
Well, there's the difference right there. Goldberg isn't wrestling on Raw.
But are you ready for this? What's the key thing about all of Sting's matches in AEW?
He gets surrounded by help.
They're all tag matches. Because they understand that he can't fucking wrestle anymore.
Over here we cut big checks and you going out there to the Wolves.
On one of the biggest shows of the year.
WWE
and we go finish it in Saudi.
I can hear Vince in the back saying, "The motherfucker can walk, can't he? Now get out there." Man, I feel like every time Goldberg gets in the ring, his new theme music should be "Creed My Sacrifice." He's literally sacrificing someone else's career, or at least putting him in jeopardy by getting inside the ring.
And he looks how I feel every time I hear Creed.
Oh my goodness. Is it R.I.P. Scott Stapp? I think it is, right?
He's alive.
He went on a hell of a bender, didn't he?
Yeah, remember when he said he was going to kill Obama? That was a fun time.
When you are with me.
By the way, that song I guess is about acid. That's not confirmed. I mean, I know he loves acid.
What pay-per-view was that, by the way?
That was like the entire year of 2003.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they use it for a couple?
They just did that for promos about wrestlers.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen it at, like, I don't know, King of the Ring and maybe like Mania.
It was definitely on one of the big ones. A couple of them.
Yeah, Goldberg. I mean, he didn't come on Raw last night, did he?
Nah. He moved the needle though. That's why they keep picking him.
The IV had to put in fucking Lashley.
Yeah, there was definitely a smidgen of me saying, "Holy shit, he's gonna win this match," and I'm gonna hate myself.
You know why you would have hated it the most if he would have won that match? Because you can already hear me on the other line, just gearing that shit up.
Oh well, you know, when the Sasha
Yeah, you're breaking up. I have no idea what
Bianca
you're
Belair
saying.
thing happened, I was stuttering.
Oh.
When the Sasha and Bianca Belair thing happened, I went to the group chat and I opened it up because I was just ready for the floodgates to open with insults, and it was tamed.
Well, I was at home, so I didn't see it live.
Yeah, I felt like, we were updating you guys, and I feel like maybe the people who were home went and said, "Oh shit, let me check Twitter, or let me get on my my Pirate or check Peacock and watch," because it was one of those shows.
Yeah, I was in Hell, aka Ohio, so I did not see it live.
Oh. All right. What do we got next? Oh, wait. By the way, we all picked Lashley to win.
Oh, and didn't his son get speared?
Hurt Lock.
Oh, okay.
Hurt Locker.
You hear announcers say he got put in he's like a rag doll. His son literally looked like a rag doll. Literally. And I enjoyed every minute of it.
I hope we don't get like Goldberg and his son versus Rey Mysterio and his son. I hope that's not a thing.
Hey, listen.
I don't think I'll ever get there.
Braun tag with somebody before. Why not?
What I do, I think this maybe will culminate at the Saudi show. And I'm just worried about them taking the belt off of Lashley. Because I don't know when the next time I see the belt coming off of him. They are invested. And, by the way, if you're looking for the glasses that Bobby Lashley had on last night on Raw, I looked them up. They're NYC sunglasses. You can get them online for $20.
No.
If you want to look outside of the lens like a champion, like our very own Bobby Lashley, then these are the shades you want to sport.
Nothing says we pay our wrestlers well like the champion coming out in $20 sunglasses.
Well, all his money's in that gold Thunder and Lightning that he comes out to.
Swerve, did you watch last night?
Yeah.
All right. I'm moving ahead here. But did you notice, and I thought something was going to happen, that he was giving MVP some looks?
Well, I guess it's because he didn't kind of know where he was going with that thing, and then he kind of brought it back. So yeah, I didn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I felt like he was giving credence to Goldberg, and Lashley was like, "What?"
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing when Paul Heyman try to builds up Lesnar's opponent, and then he has to bring it back around. So I didn't really put too much into that, but yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right, well, you spoke it up, Drew. Let's go ahead and get to that last match, man.
All right, we got Reigns taking on Cena.
All right.
For Universal Championship.
At this point, no Big E. So, old school booking. Swerve and I are saying this is it. This has to be it if he's going to do it. Roman wins. One spear.
Yeah, and that was crazy.
One
spear attempt, matter of fact, right?
One spear attempt.
I mean, sure, he gave him
one spear attempt and you win, and you kick out of 3 successful AAs.
Not to mention that last one was a top rope one.
Yo, he got one through a table. He got an extended one in the middle of the ring, and then the last one was on the second rope.
Yeah, and that second rope one took out Bobby Lashley in 2008.
They're really trying to push him as this monster. But speaking of monsters, Planeteers line up.
Avatar.
Starbucks barista. Pig farmer. Steroids. Terrible tattoos. Short MMA careers come together to form Hipster Brock Lesnar.
Well, listen. When the Becky Lynch surprise return happened, Vince is pushing his sippy cup in the middle of the boardroom table saying, "Your move, AEW." But when this happened, he is kicking the sippy cup off the table and extending the legs and kicking back in his expensive executive chair, saying, "That's how you do it."
You have Brock Lesnar show up, walk around, and then end the show.
They didn't show what happened, but he did F5 Cena.
Yeah, he did. I saw that.
Very smart of them to not show what happened. That helps. That definitely helps the TV audience.
Why do you say that?
I was being sarcastic.
I was about to say.
Lesnar was looking like a GTA character before you get a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like that dude who's like on a college football team who didn't get a scholarship, so he has to work at Starbucks.
Brock Lesnar is looking like a face. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, Mac, I wanted to agree with you on that, right? Because we saw him doing, raising his hand and doing cheers and all that kind of stuff. But once I heard about the F5, I said, well, I don't know.
I think that was more so for the fans wanting to see him do something. As Cena being such of a sportsman that he is, he said, just go ahead and do it. I'm also, before I say that, I predicted, we all got Roman to win, but I predicted that Roman would win, Lesnar would come out, F5 Cena, no, I'm sorry, I said Roman would lose to Cena, 17 champion. Lesnar comes out, F5 Cena, that did happen. Big E comes out, beats Cena, and get the championship, but that didn't happen.
Matt, one thing I want to say, let me cut you off real quick here. One thing I want to say is I think you might be undefeated with your Lesnar prediction. Not the wins, but the appearances. I think every time you said he's going to appear, it happened. And I hate you for it.
Listen, we said it before, listen. It is what it is at this point, man. It's almost like you're playing poker with somebody who has a terrible poker face. And they're saying, I've got something big over here. I don't want to let you know I have it, but man, I can't let you know otherwise. I'm surprised that he did not attack Roman there. And let me also say this. For everybody who's saying that Roman and Brock fought 47 times,
I'm one of those people. Go ahead.
he did not fight this version of Roman Reigns.
Ugh.
I want to point that out.
No.
What's going to be the difference? Please explain.
This Roman Reigns is undefeated. This Roman Reigns has vigor. He has
No shirt.
a mic. He has a mic in his hands. He's primarily doing the talking.
Music
And
that
he still
doesn't
has
match his
Paul in his corner.
moniker.
Okay. This Roman Reigns has the Usos. That's the only thing that I heard different. He's still doing the Superman punch 37 times, and he still has a spear.
But he's also talking hella shit though.
And from the looks of Brock Lesnar's clash with Cena, he still has 2 moves.
Listen,
I'm listening.
you have to understand. At some point, Brock Lesnar has to acknowledge Roman Reigns. He hasn't acknowledged Roman Reigns yet.
It's going to be Paul Heyman on a pole.
Brock
Listen.
has to talk now. Or does he?
I don't know. I mean, Paul Heyman can do double duty. He did during the CM Punk rivalry, right? Did Brock have a talker during that rivalry when he fought CM Punk?
I think he talked a little bit.
Or did he switch over to Brock Lesnar toward the end of it and left CM Punk on his own? I'm not even sure what happened there, but this is the same thing.
I am now invested in watching SmackDown, which, Drew, I told you this months ago, it is the A show. You can't tell me otherwise. Money in the Bank winner, SmackDown Women's Champion, Becky, Roman Reigns, now Brock, Seth, Edge. The list goes on and on.
The only silver lining to this, again, to me, is if Roman loses to Brock Lesnar, then we can get the match that I want, which is Lesnar and Lashley. I mean, Lashley and Lesnar.
And I feel like that's what some people were saying on the dirt sheets, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about the Survivor Series, champion versus champion.
Yeah.
I don't know. My thing is, and here we are again, is this a heel versus heel? Or a heel versus an anti-hero?
Brock Lesnar's not very good at being a face.
He's also not very good at being an anti-hero.
I don't think he's ever been an anti-hero.
There was at one time. 2009, I want to say he was.
But heel is one thing he excels at.
And this is something I haven't said publicly, but I've thought it. For the life of me, please do not let Paul Heyman turn on Roman, therefore making him a face. Because we don't want to see that again.
Making Roman a face, you're saying?
If Paul turns on Roman in favor of Brock, yeah.
Well, I guess. I was going to say, you still have the bloodline. You could have them attack Roman. I mean, have them attack Brock Lesnar. And maybe Paul Heyman can sit this one out.
I also hate that they're doing this now. Because this deserves better than Extreme Rules.
I'm not even sure if they're going to do that, Extreme Rules. I mean, I guess they would need to if they want to keep the pressure on.
Drew, how long is Brock going to be back for?
He'll be back for, what is it, August now? A month.
You think he's showing up to just do a job and get out?
He doesn't even believe that.
He might be back at Royal Rumble time, but yeah, you could tell by his hair, man. They pulled him off the farm. Like, they said, "Hey, can you come in?" Yeah.
Sean Ross Sapp said 12 minutes ago, I know of absolutely nothing announced for WWE SmackDown this week, and it still feels can't miss.
They're gonna have Becky there for sure to explain her actions.
There better be some answers.
Bianca probably won't even be there. Won't show up. And you'll get Carmella versus Becky or something like that.
So I'm just scrolling down this man's timeline, and I am about to bury the hell out of AEW. What the hell is Big Show fighting QT Marshall for?
And Big Show moves the needle.
What needle? And man, only needle he's moving is if I'm watching and I'm doing heroin.
I mean, he moves the needle more than fucking Goldberg.
No, you don't.
You don't believe that.
I do.
Of course. No, oh my God. I thought I was the one on heroin. Here you go, bro. Jesus.
I can't wait for that Goldberg match. Literally nobody says that.
I don't know. 51 screaming 1,000 fans.
Yeah, they were all there for Goldberg, right?
A little bit of edge.
No one literally in this world is saying, I can't wait for that Paul White and QT. No one.
That is the price of admission right there. That is
save it.
That is going to buy you so many islands off the coast of Costa Rica. You have no idea.
I cannot wait until the working relationship that the WWE and Goldberg has come to an end. Because you know where the hell he's going. Can't wait. Hopefully we're going to get Goldberg versus Sting in the 21st century. I can't wait.
QT Marshall versus Paul White is actually paying for Trevor Lawrence's contract.
Oh my God. Well, it better have paid for Travis Etienne's contract. Most people don't know this. Drew and I, we're in a fantasy league, and we're going to be talking crap for the next 4 months. I'm excited about that. We're already talking crap now.
Yeah, what happened with Travis Etienne?
I think he's out for the year.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
At least he's not that rookie wide receiver from the Bengals.
Jamar Chase?
Yeah, did you hear about him?
I know he dropped a lot of passes.
His pregnant baby mama is saying that he beat her up.
Oh boy. Well, Joe Burrow thought he had a boy with him, and now he might not.
That's what you get for not taking an offensive line when you need an offensive line.
Yeah. Yep. Well, the draft is Sunday, man. If I don't talk to you, which I'm 1,000% sure I will, good luck to you.
Good luck to you.
And to the lady.
I'll let her know.
Did we have anything else for this episode?
I think we covered it all.
All right. Well, we want to give the people an update. We used to come on every week. I'm sorry, Swerve. Swerve, you got something to say? No. Okay.
No, my bad. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, we used to come on every week. Now we're going to come on minimum twice a month. We preview pay-per-views. We may be on next week to preview All Out. I think we should do something of the sorts because CM Punk's first match is going to be back. And I'm going to try to fly the what do you call it? Sail the Seven Seas, because I don't have any money to watch the pay-per-view. So I might put on my eye patch and see what's happening. You know? But check us out on Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, No Pyro Podcast.
At what point are we going to be back in the studio with Central Air?
I don't have Central Air, man.
Well, at what point is the producer of the show going to get fucking central air?
When one of the belligerent co-hosts pays them $5,000 to get it done.
Get honest, Swerve.
He ain't belligerent, bro.
Thanks for clearing that up.
If there's anybody belligerent, we can run a poll on that shit. It'll be you, bro. We'll see. You know, I'm married now. I gotta talk to the wife, and the wife will decide the arrangements. But yeah, we haven't been to the studio in like 2 years. It feels like.
Seriously. The old studio's gone.
Oh yeah, old studio. It burned. Your old studio's gone. Yeah. I haven't used that computer, oh my gosh, since the last time we recorded.
Huh.
Still here though. Works like a champ, I guess. I would hope so. All right, well, we have nothing else to leave you all with. We talked about CM Punk, talked about SummerSlam, and we'll see you pretty soon. Look out for more episodes and content, comments on our Twitter. And for Swervely, for No Chill Drew, my name is Total Mac. We are out this bitch like a newborn. Somebody cut the umbilical cord that's connecting Sting and Darby Allin. Please. Doses.